everyone, I'm Karen and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do my November and December 2018 wrap-up. The reason I didn't do a full November wrap-up is because, well, I basically only finished one book. It was super busy for me in November and December, and so I just thought I'd kind of put all the books together for you so you have a bit of an overview as to how I ended my reading year. The first book I finished in November was actually, well, I think it was probably on the first day that I finished it, and it's the third book in the 5th season trilogy by N.K. Jemisin, or the Broken Earth trilogy by N.K. Jemisin, I should say. This is The Stone Sky. It's a fantastic conclusion to the trilogy. I have a video about all three of these books and I'll link it up here. If you love high fantasy, you need to read this. You honestly, this is one of the best trilogies I've read in years and I cannot recommend it highly enough. It just, oh, so good. The second book for today is Three Strikes by Lucy Christopher, Kat Ellis and Rianne Ivory. This is a collection of three kind of spooky, creepy novellas, and it's published by local publisher Firefly Press. It is not the kind of thing I usually read at all. I'm not a horror fan. I'm an absolute chicken when it comes to these kind of things, but I did really enjoy these. Lucy Christopher's is a bit more like a thriller mystery rather than actually super spooky. Kat Ellis's novella is just weird and dark and wonderful, and Rianne Ivory's novella is a retelling of The Matchstick Girl, which is beautiful. It's really well done. I think for me it was just great to do the event with Violet Cardiff because I don't know if I would have picked this up otherwise. That seems to be like a recurring theme this year with the Violet Cardiff events, is that very often I pick up books for the event that I then end up loving. And it's great to be able to do that, especially with things that wouldn't have been so obvious to me that I would have loved. So this is definitely in that category. The next book I finished was the first book I finished in December, and that is Hound by Claire Fayers. This is a new book by Claire coming out in February of 2019, and it is about Storm of Odin, who is a very fearsome stormhound of Odin's wild hunt. But unfortunately, on Storm of Odin's very first hunt, he kind of falls down to earth and becomes a tiny little very adorable puppy. So together with his new friends and with three very eccentric villains after him, Storm of Odin has to try and, you know, survive and find his way back to the wild hunt. This book is set in Abergavenny in Wales. It is all of Claire's usual funny charm just compacted in one little book. I absolutely loved it. It was so lovely. It was so fun. It's ideal for the middle grade audience. So yeah, I'm working on the book at the moment and I can't wait for all of you guys to read it. I'm so excited. I love it when I get to read fun books for my job. It's the best part. Next in December, I read and finished Bloodwitch by Susan Dennard. As you guys may know, I absolutely love the Witchland series. It is one of my absolute favourite fantasy series. I've been dying to read this book ever since Witch came out. Luckily, I got Sight Twitch like in the middle to kind of tide me over. But holy book gods, this book is fantastic. With every single book in this series, Susan grows so much as a writer. The world becomes bigger. The characters become even more lovable. I love every single one of them. Especially Merrick and Adrian have amazing character arcs in this book. Like, the character development is just to die for, and so many other characters that I already was like intrigued by in Witch, I'm now absolutely head over heels with, and she is so good. Damn you, Susan! It's absolutely fantastic, and it's just great because you find out more about the world and about what's actually going on behind the scenes. Oh, absolutely love it. I was not okay when it ended. Let's put it that way. I can't wait for February. Next in December. December was actually a really good reading month. I don't know how I did it, but I did. Next up was Murder Most Unladylike by Robin Stevens. And this is a middle grade murder mystery. I think this is the first book in the series, and I think there's about 7 or 8 now, so I need to catch up, but this is such a charming read. I really enjoyed it. It went really fast. The main characters are really funny. Two main characters in this are Hazel Wong and Daisy Wells, and they decide to start a detective society in their English boarding school. And so it kind of tells the story of how they became friends, but also, of course, about their very first murder case. If you kind of like that old school charm of a boarding school, then I think you'd really like this. It's really fun. The girls are absolutely hilarious. And it is about the murder case and living in a boarding school, but it's also about the girls and about how they grow as people and how friendship is not always easy, but it's worth kind of, you know, bowing your head for sometimes. And the final book I want to talk to you about is also the final book I read this month in December of 2018, and that is this massive book, and this is called The Mickey Mouse Museum, the Story of an Icon. I will be doing a Disney Library video on this because it is too good not to. This basically tells about the development of Mickey through the years, because it was his 90th birthday in 2018, and I'll show you a couple of things because it's just filled with amazing artwork like this. It's really big, so I will do a separate video just so that you can kind of have a better like look at it. But I got this for Christmas from Dean's mum, and I'm so happy with it. It's an amazing book. I would highly recommend it if you're a Disney fan. I mean, things like that is what I was looking for in this book, really. So there you have it. Those are all the books that I read in November and December 2018. Do let me know down below if you've read any of these, and if you haven't, which ones would you like to pick up in the new year? Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll talk to all of you very soon. Bye.